Hello and welcome to another Uncut video. Today we're doing a hunt here on Redfeather Falls, and our primary weapon is going to be the Winter Camo Pulsar. I finally got to 1,000 kills with the Forest Camo Pulsar, so we're going to be using the Winter Pulsar. For most videos we'll be needing a compound bow for, but I have been getting back into the longbow and the recurve, so likely that's the weapon I'm going to try to level up next. But because this is an uncut video and I want to get as many kills as possible in the time frame, I wanted to go with a compound bow because it can be a bit more reliable. So we got a lung shot on this guy. We're actually just gonna I wonder if it was double lung. If it was, he should go down right there. Very nice. I was gonna say we're just gonna wait and make sure he goes down, but he went down quite quickly for us. Couldn't get him to stop where I wanted, so just had to take the shot. But once again, I'm recording late at night because my siblings had a snow day, and as I said in the last one, it's about useless to try to record during the day when they're all here because it's quite loud. So, kind of like just making a video. But there's actually a lot to talk about today anyway, so I was probably going to do an uncut video. My original plan was to do a Let's Go Hunting. That's going to end up being probably next week. Likely the first video next week. I have to record 2 videos Tuesday, I think. That's my plan anyway. Because of the release of the Hunter Call of the Wild, which is going to be next Thursday, the 16th. That's a week from today when I'm recording this. So I'm going to try to record 2 videos because likely I'll be playing the Hunter Call of the Wild on Thursday and recording that before getting into the normal schedule, whatever I end up being able to do with that. And I've still not completely decided, but what seemed to be the most popular suggestion from last time was to do 2 the Hunter Classic videos and then like an uncut or shorter the Hunter Call of the Wild video every week. So if that were to be the case, I would likely do the Hunter Call of the Wild on Tuesday, and then the Hunter Classic's going to stay on the Thursday-Saturday schedule. That's the best I could come up with. So that way it will fit into my recording schedule and everything as well. But we'll see how that goes. But the first thing I wanted to mention is there was a status update today. I thought that moose was over there. That should be 25 meters roughly. Down she goes. I got a different keyboard, so it's a little different trying to get the right keys. My spacebar is in a different place, so holding my breath's different. But anyway, the status update today was very, very intriguing to me for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that we have a new item in the game, and of course you're watching this on Saturday. That's the moose I heard call. Okay, that makes sense. So this was a couple of days ago by now. Got a bunch of moose over here. 2 already and 2 more up there. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Keep seeing moose. So the new item is a tripod shooting rest, which I will show you later on in the video, closer to the end. We'll maybe take a gunshot or 2 and show you that. But basically the way it works, you can deploy it and it doesn't spook animals setting it up. It's just like any other deployable item such as a tent or a tree stand. But it's not in the large equipment part of your inventory. It's just like any other item, like the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots. I don't know if you guys have them keyed to the same thing or if that's even an option, but like, I'll show you quickly. I have it in 9. Yeah, I think it has to stay as the numbers, but it goes in those slots, so you can still carry like a tree stand or something like that with you. And it gives you +7 skill levels temporarily for your weapon. So you set it up and then you press E to enter, and then you're on that tripod until you press E again, more or less to exit, and then your weapon skill returns to whatever it was. So for instance, if you're level 1 with the weapon you're using, when you use the tripod you'll be basically level 8 regarding shakiness. Had to concentrate because if we didn't drop her, this moose wouldn't have come in. Actually, he's bigger than I thought. 120 to 165. But also with that tripod, if you're over level 13, I believe they said the skill level can go over 20 basically. So if you were using, say, a level 20 weapon, you'd be higher than what level 20 would already be using the tripod. So it gives you added effect even if you are already max level with the weapon, which is quite nice. But yeah, I'll show you how that works later. As I said, maybe I'll set it up after we get this moose, but we'll concentrate on actually getting him first. But yeah, that's really cool. I was kind of concerned about ever implementing that. It's been brought up numerous times in the suggestions part of the Hunter forums, and I was always concerned that the game's already easy enough in my opinion, and you don't necessarily need it, but I like the way they did it, that it's not like a perfect dead rest. He's getting awfully close. Hello there. Did we get lungs? We did, okay. That little dip in the ground kind of messed with us there. But yeah, I was always concerned that if they made it like a dead rest, it would just make it too easy, because basically you can already go prone and get a very nice rest in most places, but there's a doe there. I thought she spooked. In places, especially like the fields and timber gold trails, where there's a lot of grass and you can't go prone to shoot, it's going to be quite nice to be able to set up the tripod and be able to get a steady shot. You do, of course, have to be crouched or standing. So there is like the spook factor there for spooking animals, so you want to be able to set it up early so you're not already crouching when they're quite close. I don't know if you're if you gain any concealment from using the tripod. I doubt it. I imagine it's just like crouching out in the open, but I don't know that they specifically covered that in the status update. That remains to be seen, at least for me. But yeah, that's one exciting part of the update, and again, I will show that later, assuming we can find an animal closer to the end of the hunt. The other part is that the trophy shots are going to get a bit of an overhaul. I don't know if the current way that you do trophy shots is going to change, or if you can continue to do that, but they said there's going to be like pre-set poses, I think. I don't think that's the exact way they worded it, but that's the way I understood it. Basically, you'll be able to like choose a pose, I think, and then you can take the trophy shot like that, and it's going to showcase the weapons better, I believe they said, and that's something I've always wanted, because they used to have that in the game like a long time ago, prior to multiplayer. And if you've seen some like older pictures from the game, you've probably seen some of the older poses, and they looked really nice. I don't know, it was probably, I know from playing the game back in like 2011, you could get a trophy shot with an animal that you shot in one of those poses if you won a competition, or maybe if you were just a member, because I was a guest and I had to ask one of the friends from my friends list on here how he got that trophy shot. So I don't know exactly how that worked, although I'm kind of thinking like that I've seen videos where just killing an animal you could get that trophy shot, so that might have been how it worked. But they were very nice looking, like preset poses. It wasn't the adjustable trophy shots that we have now. But I'm super excited for that. I've been wanting that, as I said, for quite a long time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with, because like I said, it's just, I'm very much fan of like things looking good, and as I've said in the past, like I have most of the camouflages just as much because it looks good on the map and trophy shots and stuff, as much for that reason as the actual benefit of having it towards the stealthiness with animals and not being able to detect you and that kind of thing. But yeah, I really want to see what they come up with. Of course, I never want them to rush anything, but in my opinion, the sooner the better. On that, I just can't wait to see exactly what that is going to bring. I think it's going to be really cool. And there was a picture of a wolf that a hunter had shot, and the trophy shot was kind of like the hunter looking down at the wolf and like holding the, I think it was a shotgun, a double barrel shotgun, and it was a lot better showcasing the weapon than the way it currently works. And I really hope they do something with the bows as well, because in trophy shots currently you just kind of hold the bow to your side and you can't see it. So I'm really hoping bows specifically are going to be better showcased in the trophy shots. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I think that's the bigger piece of excitement for me from this update, even more so than the tripod, as cool as it is. Trying to figure out where to go for this buck. As I said, I'm always trying to get as many kills as possible in these videos, but of course if I rush this too much and spook them, then that's just one less kill that we're going to get. So I think we'll go prone here and take our time. But also, the Valentine's Day event starts Monday. That's 2 days from now by the time this is uploaded. And a couple of competitions, or all the competitions or something, were like mistakenly released this week. And they had to let them go because there would have been a lot of problems if they like canceled them. But some people saw like the competitions already and kind of figured out like what they were. I didn't even know it happened because it wasn't even a day that I was looking at competitions or anything. But yeah, that's starting on Monday. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I know last year it was kind of similar to the recent holiday event where you had like points for doing missions and competitions, and then you got added bonus points. For the holiday or the Valentine's Day event last year, you got bonus points for every heart shot that you got, but I think it had to be like specifically a heart shot. I don't think it could be heart in anything else, unless I understood wrong. So I don't know if they'll do that again. I kind of enjoyed that one. I didn't have as much time to participate as I would have liked. But it's always really cool to have something like very skill-based and not quite as much luck-based. So we'll see what they come up for that as well. Come up with for that. If I could speak English, stutter even over saying that. If I could speak English, that'd be great. 103 whitetail. So we are 15 minutes in, I think. Yeah, 15 or 16 minutes in, something like that. Doing pretty good. We have, I think, 6 kills already. That's as many as I was hoping for the whole hunt, so definitely doing quite alright. And I've gotten through most of what I wanted to say. So I'm going to slow down on that just a bit. As I said, I did get a new keyboard. It's actually the one that I had gotten. I thought I heard footsteps, and that moose should have been a lot further than that. It must have been just the rocks that I was stepping on. This was the keyboard that I got trying to get a silent one, and it's not nearly as silent as I hoped, but it is a bit more silent than the other one that I had. I just tested that out today. I really like the feel of it, but the keys are a bit bigger and of course slightly differently placed, so I'm hitting the wrong key fairly often. So I'm just hoping that if I try to crouch, I don't hit my Windows button and end my recording. I've done that plenty of times. I did that, it was the Q&A video. I accidentally hit the Windows button instead of crouching, and I had to hop back in the game. But that happens. I was wondering if I could like unbind that key to the Windows home screen or whatever that's called, but I don't know how to do that, and I also figured I can just live with it if I accidentally do hit it. So I didn't end up doing that. We're going to go for a lung shot. No, we're not. I was going to try to lung shoot her while she was walking instead of getting body trying to make the heart shot, but since she stopped, we'll take the easy heart shot. 9.6 meters. And moving on. 7 kills. Still going strong. So my graphics card that I'm going to be getting, I ended up ordering a 1060 NVIDIA GTX 1060, if you didn't already know what I meant. Some of you guys had some other suggestions, but the price range and everything that I was looking for, the 1060 was the best fit. And then I had to get a different power supply as well because of that. So I'm going to be hopefully doing that upgrade. I don't know if I can do it this weekend because I have work like 4 days in a row. But definitely before Call of the Wild comes out, I'll try to get it done before the Tuesday video. So that way I will have the new graphics card and the new graphics settings hopefully ready to go for that. And we can see what it looks like on this game. But hopefully at least that's going to be the case. We'll see if I can actually get that done in a timely manner. So I think that's pretty much everything about myself and what's going on as far as my setup. Yeah, that's everything I can think of. So yeah, the last thing that I was going to talk about, and I'm sure I'll talk about it for quite a while, is the Hunter Call of the Wild. They had an update, and there is going to be a second reserve, and I believe I read that it will be on release, and it's going to be Layton Lake District, which is based on the Pacific Northwest, and they're going to have moose, Roosevelt elk, whitetail, black bear, and more. Maybe blacktail, I don't know. What's in the Pacific Northwest? But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I was really hoping they would have white-tailed deer in a reserve on release because of the picture that I saw, and I can't link you guys to that because I don't remember. I was talking to the Gamer Outdoorsman about it. We did a video on his channel prior to the beta test. He had mentioned it and sent me just like a phone picture of it. So I don't know where he got it, but the white-tailed deer I thought looked really good. We're going to let that doe go because I don't want to double back. So yeah, and the black bear looked really cool as well in the photo. There's a trailer that has Layton Lake District in it. I think it may have had both reserves in it. When I watched it, my internet was like insanely bad, like a lot worse than usual, if you can believe it. So I was watching it like 144p on my phone. It was kind of ridiculous, so I couldn't exactly tell. I'm going to rewatch it quite soon. But yeah, it looked really good. The moose looked quite good as well. What horrible pixelated screen, what I could see of that looked really good. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. There's a cow moose over there. Speaking of moose, the first video of the Hunter Call of the Wild for this channel, you can certainly expect me to be spending the majority, if not all my time on Layton Lake District, because I'm super excited about that. I don't know if they had elk in that trailer. Maybe I saw the elk and thought that was red deer or something from the Hirschfelden Reserve, because as I said, I was watching it in quite low quality, so I couldn't tell exactly what was going on there. But yeah, that's definitely, I'll probably be spending most of my time there. I will do a hunt on the other reserve, Hirschfelden. I think that's what it was called. So just to cover as much of the game as I can. But as I said, I likely won't be spending as much time on it as I will here on the Hunter Classic. But we'll see how that goes. I haven't experienced the game in its fully released form, so I don't want to make any assumptions quite yet, but I know I can never leave this game entirely, so we'll see where we are after the release of that. Yeah, we heard you the first time. So yeah, I think what I'll do is try to get... Oh, there's two. Maybe that's why we heard two calls. What I'm going to probably try to do is get 2 or 3 videos of the Hunter Call of the Wild recorded on the release date. That depends on how long it takes me to download the game, because of, once again, my internet being so bad. And again, for those of you that don't know, I literally can't fix it. There's like no ISPs to cover this area, so I'm kind of stuck with it until a better ISP expands to the point that I can be covered, and then I can upgrade. But right now, I'm kind of stuck with it. I need this moose to stop, or I'm going to spook that one, which I might do already. She's just going over there, apparently. We'll just go for the one in front of us and see if this one spooks. Can't see your vitals, though. I'm kind of in a bad spot. I'm going to move up here. I did call again, so... But I think what happened with that other one, it may have been just perfectly timed that she lost interest in the call and just walked right by. I think we're getting charged from somewhere. Maybe not. I never heard the other cow run, was why I thought that. Oh no, she's running over there. But we got this one. We had lung, liver, stomach. Not bad. So yeah, I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. Again, super psyched for the Hunter Call of the Wild. That is releasing, again, if you don't know, February 16th. That is next Thursday, I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I can't cross it. So, yeah, super excited about that. Why? Freezing. Not cool. That and the trophy shot change. I cannot wait to see what that's going to bring. But yeah, I want to find one more animal. If my game would stop freezing, I don't know what that's about. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if it's the game freezing or like something with Bandicam. It was happening before, but I think it was because of like low memory left on my computer. But I know I have like 150 gigabytes still free, so it's not that. So I don't know what's causing that. Kind of calm down now. So yeah, one more animal. We'll set up the tripod. I brought my 8x57. The only reason I brought it is because I'm quite low skill level with it, I think level 3. I was going to bring my 30-30 because I'm level 1, but I thought it was quite likely that we'll end up with a moose, and the 30-30 is not ethical for moose, so I thought we should bring the 8x57 so we can take either whitetail or moose, whatever we find, and actually there's a moose right there. Not a bad one, kind of similar to the 158 that we got earlier. So we're going to go ahead and actually we're going to scoot up here to where we can see a bit better. You do have to set this up on the level that I hadn't checked. It looks like it doesn't have to be like super level, but it can't be very uneven terrain either. Actually, we're going to run because I want to take a longer shot so you guys can see the benefit of this. So let's set it up. As you can see, it's E to enter. And now I'm quite sturdy. It's kind of weird, like jittery, and I imagine that's going to have to be fixed. But I'm standing up right now. And we just got a drop shot on a moose. At, let's see, just under 100 meters. But I'll show you to compare. You can see I'm moving around everywhere, and I'll try to hold my breath on the moose. It's fairly sturdy for a second, but it's kind of hard to actually keep it on it. Now we'll go back to the tripod. And again, it's kind of, I don't know if, you know what that is? I think it's replicating actually being on the tripod and it's swinging, so that might be intentional. It just seems a bit jumpy. It's kind of almost like the mouse sensitivity severely increases or something. I don't know, it feels a little bit strange, so that might need fixed. But to compare, a lot more sturdy on the tripod, and I think I'm level 3 with this weapon, so it's quite nice to have, and again, especially for areas where you just can't get a prone shot, or something like that where you can just shoot far and not have to worry about it. It's quite useful. Just out of curiosity, you can't put one in a blind, can you? Just because this is here. No. Can I get it to go in the blind? No. That would have been kind of cool, but probably really weird to implement. There's a whitetail over there. So I say, why not? If we can get the shot off. Just above the moose. It's covered by reeds. It was a doe, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think, looking at the coloration, it is a doe. And I'm more than happy to end on a pretty solid bull moose. So we'll let that doe live to see another day, and we'll collect up our moose. And then we will call it a hunt. We did quite well. How many kills did we end up with? We had 9 kills in 30 minutes. Not bad. 2 pretty decent bull moose as well. Not monsters, but pretty good ones. Heart shot too at 96 meters, 171. He's bigger than I thought. So yeah, tripod quite useful, especially if you're lower level with a weapon, and you want to be able to take longer shots. Actually, there is a competition. I think it's called Deer Sniper going on right now. I don't know if you have to use the tripod. I actually didn't look at exactly what the competition is. But what I was going to say is there's a couple of like long shot competitions where I'm assuming you can use the tripod. I don't know if they're going to like restrict those or not. But if they do, or if they don't rather, it's going to be quite useful for that, and I'm sure plenty of the hardcore competitors will pick it up just for that. But yeah, it's good for practical purposes as well. And you can actually just leave it deployed. So if you have an area where you consistently are finding animals and like can't get a clear shot, you could just let it there. I think you can set up 15 on a map. That's probably not something I personally would do because I bow hunt so much. But anybody that wants to put those kind of things on their setup, it could be very useful. Currently, I believe they said only the host can place it. As with the other equipment, but I think they said they're going to work on having guests, and I believe by guests they meant guests to the host server, so just anybody in the multiplayer game. I think they said they're going to work on having them be able to place, I don't know if they said equipment or just the tripods. I'm not going to say either way because I don't want to be wrong about that because I don't know exactly what they said. But either way, that'll be pretty cool. And I'm so particular about my trophy shots, and that's another reason I'm psyched about the preset poses, or whatever they call them exactly, because I like trophy shots to look really good. So I'm just wasting your time right now because I'm out of things to say and I'm trying to get this moose in a good position. So if I can... Some of them it's like so easy. And like red deer and elk, generally they'll practically position themselves, at least the way I like them. And then there's some animals that are insanely hard to get a picture of. But I think that will work. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. And again, this was kind of just like improvising, but I wanted to do an uncut video anyway, So yeah, we had a pretty good hunt, had a lot of fun, and covered, I believe, everything that I wanted to say. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. See you in the next one.